There's 1,000 of you. I said, close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. We all gonna leave together. Y'all ain't going no place but to the restaurant.
Now, if you grow up in a black church, you've seen it before. Have you seen it to that extreme? No. But to me, it was sarcastic. To me, he's not locking the church. He's closing the doors, honestly. And he has a right to do so. Most times when they take up tithes, they close the door. They close the door and then they pray. Anyways, but that is another way of asking the congregation to give more. Sometimes these churches, they have serious bills they need to pay. They have a mortgage, they have lights, they have water, they have all the things necessary to make their congregation comfortable. So a lot of times, and it's not anything on the congregation. A lot of times the congregation just doesn't have it. But they may be holding their wallets. Let's be honest. They may be just, they have things going on. So what the pastor, or actually the deacon, a lot of times the pastor or the mother will intervene and be like, we have to get this money. Who all can give an additional $20? And then they'll say, I'll start by the people in the pulpit will give more. And then everyone in the congregation, after the preacher gives his dissertation and the spirit starts to move, because a lot of times that's what happens. They feel compelled and then they give. And of course, if you don't have it and you just don't have it, you cannot give. So, it is what it is. But a lot of people around you, if you're the person that can't give, they give. It's a tactic. Okay. It's a tactic. And I'm not going to sit here and say Marvin Sapp is some low down preacher. He's not a preacher Polly. He probably seriously have bills that need to be paid. Was it extreme? Yes. That's why I feel that there should not be cameras in church, because that's sacred. And that's my personal opinion, especially when people are shouting the way they are shouting. And sometimes we got to cast out demons. I don't feel the need for the camera, but that's the life we live in, that, they want to put it up. They want to stream their church. And a lot of times, especially during the COVID, a lot of traditional churches that weren't doing streaming their church, they was forced to do it because they had the congregation that couldn't come into church. And sometimes, people are sick, things of that nature. So it's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing and a curse. But at the end of the day, y'all also got to understand Marvin Sapp is a quote unquote celebrity, and he knows the tactics to get him in the media. Okay, let's not be, and I'm not calling him a preacher Polly. I'm just saying those are tactics to raise money in the black church, and the white church do it too. You know how many white churches I go, if they need that money to be raised? You don't understand. These churches are not here. You guys say don't give to the church. You don't give to the church, or you give to the right church, but you can't tell nobody what to do and what not to do when God laid it on their heart, whether it's a corrupt church or a good church. That's what they want to do with their money. And also the tithes keep the church going, so people can be comfortable when they go to church. The bigger your church are, the more comfortability you have to afford. I'm so sick of people, everybody, not all churches is stealing, okay? Marvin Sapp did an extreme way. I don't know what he's going to do with the money. I didn't hear anything else. I didn't even care to hear anything.